Help. Let's check in now with our Tony Russell. Tony, what can you tell us about what's happening at your location?
Yeah, so right now you're seeing members of the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, their tactical unit, are now given instructions. They basically a police line has now been formed. The best way to describe this of what was going on here, they were making kind of comments like that. I guess the idea is they're trying to calm the amount of people trying to get through that gate. So they kind of pushed people off of that gate area, which is out at Cheyenne. Remember, for the last couple of days, we were talking about that iron fence there that was put up there at Cheyenne. Well, so they kind of a police line kind of formed. You can see you got members of the Tulsa Police Department, you got OHP troopers, and they've been making some public address announcements. We just got here in the last couple of minutes, so basically what was being told over the bullhorn was, look, don't try to breach the gate. And looks like they're letting people back into the gate. This is one of those entrances to get inside the BOK Center. And just based on my observations is that they're trying to slow how people get in, into that pedestrian area. And it sounded like, just based on what we got here, that there was it got to a kind of an intense part to where the Highway Patrol, the troopers, and the Tulsa Police kind of stepped in to to let things go down. What was happening earlier?
Well, they were blocking the gate. Anti-Trump people were blocking the gate, not letting us in. And they were being unruly, pushing us. I went up to the gate to see what was going on, and they just kept pushing me back, attacking me with other people. Didn't want to hear. I told them I love them. I wanted to hug them, and they're like, "Don't touch me," And I just want to, I love these people. These are fellow Americans. And so.
What happened with the police line? How did that happen?
Well, because they wouldn't let us in. They weren't letting us look at peacefully gather.
Look at his jersey. Turn this around.
Okay.
This is one of them.
Calling his name, man.
What was happening? What your side of the story?
I have no idea. Okay. I have no idea. I just thought he's wearing the wrong jersey, bro.
So the basically there was a line, and you see the police line.
That's a little weird. I don't know. They push up back to open the gate, and they're saying that if you're worthy or not Rudy or whatever word they're using, you can get in. And we don't know what that means, because they say we can protest, but.
And this has kind of become like a Trump alley here. This is one of the main entrances into the event. And this area, a lot of merchandise, a lot of Trump rally supporters. You can see the Highway Patrol is here showing with their show of force with non-lethals, and the shields are out. Tulsa Police is here, again, just to kind of reset. If you're just now joining us on Channel 2, we're here between Cheyenne and Boulder on 4th Street. Did you hear that announcement? And they're just kind of making sure, they're kind of letting people who wanted to get through this gated area, they were trying to kind of let them come in peacefully. Based on what we heard from the gentleman before, there was a moment there where it kind of got a little intense there at the gate, and that's when the police moved in and kind of created a line. So we're continuing to listen as they make public address announcement. Stephen, if you can see over there, they have a large bullhorn there, and they continue to make announcements and commands to the crowd. It's pretty peaceful. Karen, if you remember, about an hour ago, there was a heated confrontation between a Black Lives Matter group and some Trump supporters that was back on Boulder. And it appears that the group has obviously moved here into the alleyway. And so they're, again, this is kind of one of those entrance points, and you're starting to see a heavy police presence build here as we get ever closer to the rally. Back to you.
All right, Tony, if you will, tell us, back to Tony for a moment. Explain to us, if you will, the security that you're seeing, because obviously with a vice president and president appearing here, heavily secured area.
Yeah.
Tell us the various agencies that you're seeing and the layers that we're seeing as we're going back to that checkpoint.
Yeah, and this is, so you're looking right now at the Oklahoma Highway Patrol and their tactical units. So they're here. There's hundreds of troopers here based on some of our reporting, and on top of that, You also have the Tulsa Police Department. They're here as well. And then the National Guard is just a couple blocks away. And the National Guard is obviously at some of the pedestrian barricaded areas, but they're also inside of a park. I don't want to give away all the tactical positions, but obviously the National Guard is here as well. They're a couple blocks away from us. So there is a heavy presence here, and they are scaling it up and down as needed.
And tell us, Tony, how are the troopers knowing who to let through? Are they wearing a ticket? Are they holding it up? I haven't been able to see that.
So Karen, the best way to describe it, it's the line of questioning is, do you want to get in? Do you want to go in? Like, are you wanting to go into the BOK Center? And they say yes, and then they let them through. And that's pretty much it. They're just trying to filter it a little bit. They don't want one massive rush to the gate. Is that how it works? How do people get through? What are you telling them, people who want to get through? Just come on in. They just say, come on in. That's the main thing. Like, you see this lady right here. She wants to get through. The Highway Patrol will let her through. And that's just pretty much.
Why they're not wearing their badges?
Somebody wanted to ask why you're not wearing your badges.
Maybe they'll answer you.
So that's the members of the Highway Patrol. This is kind of what's happening. There's kind of a standoff area right here, Karen. But you can see lots of media, national media, local media, and security as well. Just kind of tapering things. Things are coming through. I think the easiest way to put it is there's a lot of people that wanted to get in. It got really compact. Again, we weren't here earlier. We're just going based on what people have told us, and law enforcement stepped in to kind of calm things down.
All right, Tony Russell reporting live just outside the BOK Center, one of the checkpoints there.